Welcome to this short tutorial on horizontal analysis. Now, horizontal analysis looks at the year-to-year change, it looks at the dollar change, and also the percentage change. And this is quite commonly done for both the income statement and balance sheet, and it can also be done for the other financial statements as well. What we have here is the income statement for 2018 and also 2017. And the question wants you to perform a horizontal analysis and to round your answers to 3 decimal places. So pause the video and complete the horizontal analysis. And once you're done, come back and compare your answers with that of the solution. So pause the video now. Okay, welcome back. Let's look at horizontal analysis. Horizontal analysis, we're looking at both the dollar change and also the percentage change. So we need to basically set up 2 columns to look at the dollar change and also the percentage change. And all we're going to do is take the most recent year, 2018, minus 2017 to get the dollar change. So we look at our sales revenue, we go line by line, 100,000 minus 120, and so we have a dollar change of negative 20,000. So let's go through the dollar change first. Cost of goods sold, 65,000 minus 85,000. Once again, that's a dollar change of negative 20,000. Our gross margin actually has not changed, so we have a $0 change. Our operating expenses, 20,000 minus 12,000, that means they've increased by 8,000. And then our net income, 15,000 minus 23,000, our net income has actually decreased by 8,000. So that's the first thing we do, is look at the dollar change. Now, once we have the dollar change, we have to calculate the percentage change. What we do there is we take the dollar change, the 20,000, the negative 20,000, and we divide it by the prior year number. So we take the negative 20,000, divide it by the 120, and so our percentage change is going to be negative 16.7% for sales revenue. So sales revenue dropped by 16.7% from 2017 to 2018. We do the same for each line, cost of goods sold, 20,000 negative divided by 85,000, we get negative 23.5%. So there's been a negative 23.5% drop in our cost of goods sold. Now, gross profit or gross margin has a $0 change, so our percentage change would also be 0. Now, with operating expenses, it's increased by 8,000, so 8,000 divided by 12,000, that's increased by 66.7%. And then the final amount, net income, that's decreased by 8,000. So negative 8,000 divided by 23,000. Our net income has decreased by 34.8%. So those are the calculations for the horizontal analysis. We do the dollar change and also the percentage change. Now, the next thing that we could do is, after we've done the horizontal analysis, we can actually look at our results and come up with some conclusions. So pause the video here, look at your results, and then come up with maybe a couple of conclusions from your horizontal analysis. Okay, let's look at some of the conclusions from our horizontal analysis. Well, we know that year to year, things don't look as good. Our sales have dropped, our net income has dropped. The one bright spot, though, is our cost of goods sold. We know that cost of goods sold has dropped. Cost of goods sold has dropped, which makes sense because sales has dropped, but cost of goods sold has dropped by 23.5%, which is more than the drop in sales. So cost of goods sold is an expense. It's dropped, cost of goods sold has dropped by more than the drop in our sales revenue, which means we're better at controlling our inventory costs. So an expense has dropped by more than our sales has dropped. So that's actually a good sign. Our cost of goods sold has dropped by more, so we're better at controlling our inventory cost from year to year. Now, in terms of a negative item, our operating expenses have increased. So our operating expenses have increased while we have a drop in sales. And that's not a good sign. If our expenses have increased but our sales have decreased, then we're not as good at managing our operating expenses. So those are a couple of the conclusions you could have come up with. There are others as well, but those are a couple of the more prominent analysis points based on this horizontal analysis. So that brings us to the end of this short tutorial on horizontal analysis. Good luck with your studies.